Give me some BS. What was you about to say?
God does hate Esau as an individual. That's what the scripture says.
You're right. My question to him initially was, does God love everybody? Now, why Esau is relevant is he juxtaposes his love for Jacob from his hate from Esau. Meaning he doesn't love...
Right, Romans 9.
Romans 9, which is quoting Malachi 1. So he doesn't love everybody then. That's what my question was. Which is why I appreciate you giving me time, because I didn't know what your position was. I wanted to ask you and not, again, build up straw man, that were things that you didn't believe. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. And I appreciate that, man. And thank you, because it gives us, this is good, because, of course, we don't know everything. I don't know everything. I'll speak for myself.
Yes, sir.
So it's something that you asked me that now I have to go study.
And that's all I want, brother. And I appreciate you, brother. For real.
God bless you.
Can I ask you something, though?
What's up, man?
If God hates Esau, right, is it lawful for you to hate Esau's descendants?
Yes.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 23:7?
Deuteronomy 23:7. Thou shalt not
abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because you are a stranger in his land.
Right.
What is the context of Deuteronomy 23? So the context of Deuteronomy 23, when you read from the top all the way into verse 7, is people who are allowed to come and offer a sacrifice at God's temple.
Right.
So read Deuteronomy 25 and 19 if you don't mind.
Well, I want to go to verse 8. The children that
are
are begotten
of them shall enter into the congregation of third and fourth generation.
Yes.
So what does that mean? What that means is after 3 to 4 generations of either Edomites or Egyptians living amongst us, after 3 to 4 generations, then they can come and offer a gift or a sacrifice to our God.
Right.
Now, abhor, people take the English word abhor, and it means hate. It doesn't just mean hate, especially when you look at it Hebraically. It means to do abominably. They are allowed to come and offer, which is, I'm glad you read verse 8. Verse 8 lets you know what the context of the word abhor.
I really just want to stop there, but, because, saying, let's go here, because the infamous Deuteronomy 23:7, okay? Now, when we learn these scriptures, just through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, the elder apostle Ramlab, he through the spirit came on, and he got the understanding of that scripture, Deuteronomy 23:7. All right, I remember the day he brought it out. It was on the video, and I was amazed. When that came out. This brother from the Sakari camp, he was doing a great job, but this one thing, was missing, because he actually, thought it was Edomites itself. This is just still, we know what we out here to do. We out here to, rightly divide the word of truth of Yahweh Shah, man. All right. Because some brothers think that having you don't have that's why we say we got the 100% truth, and this ain't against the brother, you know what I mean? He was out there, he was cutting them guys, but it's sometimes we just gotta, we gotta go in a little deeper, and this is gonna be quick, no malice or anything like that, but this scripture could take people off too, it just don't stop. So let's go ahead and get the infamous scripture, which is beautiful, but what this devil do. Let me pause it for a minute. Okay, so here's the scripture right here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 7. It says, "Thou shalt not abhor." Thou shalt not abhor. Abhor means to what? I'm gonna go to it. It says Dibe, okay? All right, that's what it says. Dibe, okay? So it says to abhor, be abominable, do abominably, so don't do it abominably, do to be abhorred, okay? Be detest, all right? Or to loathe. So it gives you some understanding. So it says to loathe. All right, it's detest. No, the word detest, let me get a little more in it. The word detest. Okay.
Detest.
Okay, it means dislike. All right, so it says to dislike. All right, let me read it again. Right there, it says, I'm going to put the word loathe in there. It says, verse 7, it says, thou shalt not detest the Edomite. for he is thy brother. All right. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian because thou was a stranger in his land. So we are Abraham. The scriptures tell you that Abraham was a Syrian. So we're going to go here. All right. So let me speak of that while I'm here. I can go up there, and I might have to go back again. This is Deuteronomy chapter 26 and 5. It says, "Thou shalt speak and say that before the Lord thy power, a Syrian ready to perish was my father, and he went down into Egypt and sojourned there, and with the few, and became a nation." So who's the few? His son. It was like 70 souls. It said, scriptures say, and became a nation and great, mighty, and populous. I believe populous means many. It means many. Okay. So the word populous, it means many. Let me see if I could get some scriptures out of that real quick and pull it. Okay, here's a scripture. I'm going to read them both. This is Exodus 1:7. It said, "The children of Israel were fruitful and increased and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them." So it's talking about in Egypt. It says, and this is Joshua 24:2. It says, "And Joshua said unto all the people, Thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood." So where was the flood located? It was on the other. It was in Egypt on that time. In old times, even Terah, the father of Abraham and the father of Nahor, and they served other gods. So that in that time, it's talking about, in that time, they dwelt on the other side of the flood, before the flood happened. All right. And that was probably a big indication of times, man, because we say, before the flood and things happened, so it was around the time of what time it was. Okay, so let me go back. Deuteronomy, I think it's 23:7. It says, "And thou shalt not abhor an Edomite." All right, for he was thy brother. Let's get this word Edomite. Edom. Okay. Adomi, what they gonna say? Adawam, yeah, okay. Adamya. Okay, so let's go here. It says Edomite. It goes to H123, which is gonna say Edom is red, and it says, because I show you red, and it says descendants of Esau. It says Edomite, Idumean, descendant of Esau, land of Edom, Idumea, and that's from H123, from H130, and says south and southeast of Palestine. And it gives you what he was as Edom, the elder twin brother of Jacob. Hence the region Idumea occupied by him. Edom, Edomites, and Idumea. Okay, so that's like, okay, so it talked about all the Edomites, all right? So it says, "Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite," which the guy was trying to say is talking about Edom by itself, but it said Edomite. It said the people of Edom. It basically said it, right? But still, he was wrong. Let's go here. It says CH726. What it says, Aramwamya. Okay? Aramwamya. Arawamya. Okay? And it goes down. It says Aramite. Syrian. It says it's a Syrian. They added that Edom. So it says originally it says a clerical error for 130. That was for the word 130. I'm gonna hit 130. Who was the clerical error for? It's a clerical error for putting Edomite there. It was wrong. And they caught it, but they didn't never change it in the print. It says at the bottom, it says the strong, it says the clerical error for Edomite is Assyrian. So that was talking about Assyrian, saying, so the scriptures should say, thou should not detest an Syrian, for he is thy brother. So it's to let you know that you shouldn't It was talking about the Syrian, all right? You know, basically where they come into the congregation. But that was wrong, and that's powerful because a lot of times that it's not cleared up, you know. So once again, that's a clerical error. That goes straight to the clerical error. It was talking about Assyrian, and it was talking about all Edomites. It's fine when it says that this is who are Edomite, but it was talking about just Esau by itself, but it doesn't say that. It says if you did bring it out that way, it's talking about the whole of Edom, but it was talking about the Syrians, all right, the Syrian people, all right, not the Edomite people, which are the so-called white people. We say so-called because they actually read. Okay, so I think I got a script. Because we got that scripture before, but here you go. This is who is a Jew, all right, and that's where it came from. I guess it's a Bible line, and this wasn't a point, but my point was a little snippet out of here. It says right here, it says Abraham was a Syrian by birth, and it was referred to as such in the Bible. Even Jacob, his grandson, is still referred to as a Syrian in Deuteronomy 26, okay, and 5. So they was talking about him being a Syrian, okay. That word Aram, which is for the Syrians at this moment, okay. So let's go here again. All right. So let me go here. So because when he said all that, I'm not going to keep this too much. You know, there's no real reason to dwell on that too much, but it's a big thing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and scoot it back because the brother was going in. You know, but he didn't clear this one up. He didn't clear this understanding up. You know, there's no point. Nothing again. It's just people who still learn. It's small. It's not as small, but it's something that brothers. When they hear it, some people hear it and still think it's an Edomite. It's just to clear it up.
For you to hate Esau's descendants?
Yes.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 23:7.
Deuteronomy 23:7. Thou shalt not
abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because you are a stranger in this land.
Right.
What is the context of Deuteronomy 23? So the context of Deuteronomy 23, when you read from the top,
it could have just been cleared up and said, no, I was talking about the Syrians, and that'd have been, well, how would you'd have broke it down with the guy's phone, the Bible app or whatever. But ultimately, that's what we got to do. You know what I mean? No, hey, we just got to do it. You know. So let me go back here real quick. Get this one scripture I want to get out of here, and it cut into the bone because that probably hurt my man. It would have probably hurt him, but it got up in there. So let me just go here, and I ain't gonna go no further with it. Like I said, it's no they just trying to correct it. All right, not trying to act like I was worried, just trying to correct it. You know. So this is 2 Timothy 2:15 says, "Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth." Okay, and that's what we are here to do, man. All right, we defend the gospel. You know, it's been a great millstone. I didn't go deep. I didn't go super deep all in. I went to certain points, and that's really it. You know, all right. So we study to show ourselves approved, man. And it's all that's been out for years. The understanding of that, Salaki, it's been out for multiple years. You know, so it should already be out there. And the brothers, brothers from the guys from the Sakari camp, sometimes we get at them. Sometimes they, go in. Like the other day, they went in on some of them, whatever them guys talking about, guys from Mississippi, It's really just to break it down and get the understanding that that's what we do, man. All right, really. But that could affect somebody who don't understand, but it still say Edomite. Oh, because all they see is that. You got the Edomite cheerleader squad out there. So we got to, man. All right. So with that, give all praise, peace, salutations to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Let me read. See, how about Shimmy? I was shy by Shimmer Carcass, and double honor to the apostle of peace, salutations, brother Chalabah.